Hello and welcome back to my channel. Can you believe it has been 2 years since I had my reversal surgery and I've been utilizing my J pouch? I can't either. So let's talk about it. I can't believe that I have been using my J pouch for 2 years now. I technically had it formed 5 years ago, just never fully went through with the last step. So my surgeon 5 years ago, he was like, we're gonna do the 3-step process. Remove the colon was the first step, had my temporary ileostomy. Then we did step 2 shortly after I had healed and was ready for the next surgery. He got rid of my rectum minus the rectal cuff. That was all that's left, basically just your sphincter. And then he formed my J pouch with the portion of my small intestines. And then I had an updated ileostomy. That was a loop ileostomy. And the hope was going to be that once I had healed, then we would move forward with the last surgery. Unfortunately, I ended up getting adhesions shortly after, which needed to be surgically removed. Sometimes I can work themselves out and kind of unkink the intestines, but my body just likes to do things the hard way, so those had to be surgically removed. And unfortunately, I was not itching to have that next surgery. Myrtle, my stoma, actually did really well, and surprisingly, I handled my loop ileostomy pretty well. When I had the surgery for the adhesions, he actually kind of redid my stoma. So originally it was kind of closer to the skin and it faced down. And so he actually, when he removed the adhesions, he made her a little bigger, like her opening, because he's like, maybe this will also help as well, because the adhesions were close to my stoma, where I got them originally. So he actually redid my stoma, and it was perfect. So I might have had issues with the loop if he hadn't have done that, but it was totally fine once he kind of redid it and made it a little bit bigger. And she didn't face down, she kind of faced forward more. So my experience with my stoma was great. So that was another reason that I wasn't itching to have another surgery. I know a lot of people also, they have their stoma and they still have their rectum, and they haven't made that decision to move forward with, are they going to they're going to have a permanent ileostomy? Do they want to try the J pouch? And I totally get it. Why fix things when there's not an issue? Now, eventually issues can cause by leaving that piece of your organ hanging out there. So that was another reason with my J pouch hanging out there, not being used. Decisions needed to be made eventually, otherwise it could cause complications. But yeah, things were going well, so I wasn't ready for that surgery. But finally, 2 years ago, I was like, let's do it. Let's give this J pouch a chance. And honestly, I was in the positive mind frame that I wanted to give it a chance, but if it failed, I'm okay with a permanent ileostomy because I know the drill and it was okay. I can say that life with the J pouch is, I don't even know how to say it. Like, it's been really great. One of my worries was having to go to the bathroom, knowing that some individuals could go up to 10 times a day. 6 to 8 is about the average that they say. And that seemed like a lot. That seemed like, wow, that's like the beginnings of a flare-up. Normally, for me, it was like a couple times in the morning before I headed off to work. And that was it, unless I ate something weird that upset my stomach. So that seemed like a lot, but it really isn't. I probably go 6 to 8 times a day, and most of those times are when I'm peeing. So I'm not really having the urge, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. It's, I gotta go pee. And then those muscles just loosen on their own. And it's like, oh, I also need to empty my pouch. So most of the times it is that. I'm already going to the bathroom. So I'm like, we're already here. Well, let's go ahead and empty the pouch. Occasionally I'll have that, ooh, you know, like my pouch starts to make noises, a little bit of a gurgling noise, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom soon. I can hold it. I have held it for a long time before. Now, you don't want to hold it for too long, but I have held it and had no issues holding it until I had a better chance to go to the bathroom. It's been a lot better than what I expected. So about 6 months after I had my reversal, I started going more frequently. And this was, you know, I'd already healed, and I was like, I was straining. I didn't feel like I was emptying my pouch well enough. And I know I've talked about this in my 1-year update video, but just as a recap, I ended up having, not adhesions, I had a stricture, and it was very close to kind of the opening of my J pouch. You can get a stricture anywhere, pretty much, but it's just the narrowing of the intestines. Very similar to adhesions. It's just narrowing, and it's making it harder. In this case, it was making it harder for me to fully empty my pouch. So I was going to the bathroom a lot more. I was waking up in the middle of the night. Sometimes I was having accidents because I couldn't fully empty my pouch before bed, and saw my surgeon. He did a scope, and he ended up dilating because he was like, oh yeah, it's very tight. He dilated the area, and he said that should help it, but let me know if it doesn't. I had a little bit of relief for a few days, and then I had the issues again. And so he was like, let's try. He's like, the other alternative, he didn't want to do it the first time, which was why he dilated, but he was like, because how quickly, like clearly it worked for a little bit, but how quickly the stricture just went back to what it was, he's like, we can do anoplasty surgery. I did several vlogs about my anoplasty surgery updates and what that was about, but long story short, it's just like a anal reconstruction in a way, is what generally, if you look up anoplasty surgery, that's what they call it. So what he did for me was the like staples on where the J pouch hits the rectal cuff, where he stapled it together. He just undid a few staples, so it kind of expands more, because with those like staples, and I'm calling it staples, I think that's what the term he used. With those there, you know, it's not a lot of give, so he took a few out to kind of loosen it. Now with that, he said, you know, you may, because I noticed I was having more accidents at night. I didn't have trouble holding it during the day, but at night, it was like when my sphincter loosened, I would have some accidents. And, you know, I did some Kegels, but he said because of the surgery, it might be like that. And I was willing to accept that. Like, it was just at night, wasn't during the day, still not fun, but it was still better than straining to go to the bathroom. But I can say now that we are 2 years, and at this point we are over probably 1.5 years since that anoplasty surgery, no accidents, I'm doing great. I've actually gained weight, which is a good thing. I was unable to, when I got really sick, I lost a lot of weight. With my ostomy, she was high output, so I was definitely not getting the nutrients that I needed. And even after my reversal, I was still very low. Like, I was gaining some weight, but it was just barely maintaining. And now I've actually gained like 10 to 15 pounds, and I'm more in the range of what I used to be before I got really sick. So I think that has been a great indicator that, like, okay, I may not be absorbing all the nutrients because I've had anemia, my iron's started to drop again, so I know that there's some things that my body is not absorbing like it should, but I am getting enough nutrients that I'm able to gain weight, and I think that's great. Like, it's been a great sign. I haven't really changed anything that I'm doing. I just think that the J pouch is doing well. And yeah, I've been really happy with it. I do want to change some things as far as like incorporating Citracel or Metamucil into my diet just to add more fiber, because I know I'm not getting enough fiber. And that is something that they recommend. It will help thicken your output, things like that. I just want to make sure to start incorporating that into my diet. But to your update, we're doing great, guys. You know, fingers crossed that it stays that way. I will show you a little picture of what my scar looks like, because I know I showed you in the 1 year update, and I think it was still a little pink at that point, and now it is very white. And it's kind of crazy. Like, yes, it's a big scar, but it's very faint now. So I may show you in the video here in a second. But yeah, it's going great. If you have just recently had your reversal, or you just had your colon removed and you're living with a stoma, or you're thinking about getting a reversal, reach out to me. I am by no means an expert. Listen to your doctor's advice, but I can at least help answer some questions with what I experienced. And if it's something that I didn't experience, you know, definitely reach out to your doctors if you have questions. But I'd love to chat about it and kind of give you what's gone on for me. You know, everybody's body is different, and I feel like I have definitely had more adhesions than most people. Most people go without having adhesions at all. So everybody's body is different. You may have a different experience, better, worse, but I can at least share some insights into what I experienced, especially shortly after surgery. I did a lot of vlogs on like my reversal and like the slow like monthly updates as things started getting better. So I have those as well, but feel free to reach out and drop a comment below and I'll try to respond. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'm slowly getting back into filming videos for y'all, but if you have suggestions about something that you would like me to talk about, or film a life in my day, what I eat with my J pouch, things like that, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And I'm also coming up on 5 years since I had my colon removed. So I will be filming a video more about what it was like before when I had my colon and since having it removed. So I'll talk a little bit more about that in the next video. Look at that. It is just so pale. And then this is my like, where I've had to be cut open a couple times, and then I had like a wound area. But yeah, this is how faint it looks after 2 years. How crazy. Anyways, if y'all enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.